welcome to another lawnfawn video. Today we are introducing our die set Gingerbread Friends, so let's go ahead and check it out. So this set has two different sizes of gingerbread people and then all of these little pieces that you can decorate them with. So you'll see that we have 4 pieces that are the exact same. That's so that you don't have to run the die through 4 times. You can just run them all one time, which is really awesome. Then you'll see here that we have some icings. The ones that are underneath the larger gingerbread man work with the larger one. The ones under the smaller one work with the smaller one. And then the ones that are in the middle can work on either one. So you can use the buttons or the straight icings on either the large or the small gingerbread. We also have some cute things like hair, a little bite you can take out, and even some fun little blush for the cheeks. So here you can see I've got this little gingerbread person, and I am actually going to die cut the face from the back of the gingerbread guy, and that's so that I don't have any imprinting with my die, so I can kind of hide it on the back of the gingerbread. So I'm going to die cut that, and now he's got that cute little face. And then to highlight their faces, what I like to do is take a piece of white cardstock and just layer it right behind my character. Now there's 2 different ways that you can add your icing details. We're going to do the die cut way first. So you can see there I'm lining up those little die cut gingerbread details on his arms and on his legs, and I'm holding them in place with some low tack tape. I'm also going to add that little icing belt there and the buttons as well. And so I'm going to hold them all in place, run it through my die cut machine, and here you're going to see that I have all of those die cut openings now. I can take a white gingerbread person and layer it right behind, and now it looks like I have white icing on a gingerbread cookie, which is so cute. The other method that you can do with these is you can die cut those little icing pieces, and then you can add some glue to the back of them and layer them right onto your cookie. Both ways look super, super cute. It's more of just kind of a personal preference thing. Then I'll take another white gingerbread person die cut, add some glue to my kraft one, and layer that on top to add some of that white icing look to the eyes of the little gingerbread girl there. And you can see just how adorable these are. 2 different methods, both super cute. So here I wanted to show you that little bite. I love using the bite with the angry face die there. So I'm going to line up the bite on the edge of my cookie, and then I can run it through my die cut machine, and now I've got a little bite in there. There's one of the little hair icing pieces, which looks super cute, so I'm going to add that to the top. And then that cute little bow tie I think is adorable on the one with the bite out of it. Now here you're going to see my smaller gingerbread person. In this one I went ahead and did the die cuts directly from my gingerbread cookie, as you can see there. So I'm just going to add some liquid glue to the back and then layer it onto the white cookie to add the white icing. Now, in this case, I'm going to be adding my details on top. So there I'm going to add a little belt there to my angry cookie. And then I'm going to add my little details to my smaller cookie there with glue with die cuts from white cardstock. So as you can see, super, super cute. Here's a little close-up. And how adorable all these. 2 different looks, but the same exact cuteness. And here you can see all of these cute little gingerbread people in different styles. A really fun kids craft would be to die cut a bunch of these pieces and run them through the Xyron sticker maker, and then kids could decorate them with little stickers of icing. I think they would have a blast. It would be really cute in a kid's classroom, especially now since you can't bring treats in as much. It would be a really fun craft and really adorable to let them decorate and see all the fun they would have with them. But for now, let's go ahead and make a card with these. So here we've die cut our gingerbread people from paper bag cardstock, and we're going to take some distress ink here and add some color onto the edges of these cookies to make it look like they've been kind of toasty in the oven. It adds a lot of dimension and texture, and it's super, super quick and easy to do. I'm using the tea dye distress ink here, but any brown ink would look really awesome on this. Now next up, I'm going to be die cutting the faces, and this time I thought it would be fun to try die cutting the faces from the front of the cookie. So I'm going to hold them in place with some low tack tape, and you'll see that sometimes when you have a small die with all of that pressure of a die cut machine, you'll get a little bit of an indentation. Well, a really nice and easy way to take out the indentation is to use the Teflon bone folder and just rub against any of those indents, and it'll kind of burnish them right out, which is awesome. So you'll see there I've got my cute little cookies, and then I'll go ahead and just burnish out any of the excess little imprinting on there, and now they look totally perfect. We went ahead and cut the gingerbread cookies from some white cardstock. We're going to add some liquid glue there to the back and then layer that onto the white cardstock to color in their cute little faces. Once we have all of that done, we can start to decorate with our icing pieces. So in this case, I'm going to be adding my pieces to the top of the cookie instead of die cutting them directly from the cookie. So I'm going to use my jewel picker there. It kind of helps me pick up the tiny pieces, add a little liquid glue with the glue tube to the back, and then layer them and decorate my cookies. Is anybody hungry yet, by the way? I really wish I actually had some gingerbread cookies to eat right now. So now I'm going to add some of those little buttons there. I think the heart-shaped buttons are just adorable. It's just way too cute. And then a little hair on one of them I think is adorable as well. And then I've taken some ballet slippers cardstock and I've cut the little cheeks and I'm going to add the cheeks on there too. I think it's a really cute look and I like that little pop of pink on there. I'm using the Knock on Wood 6x6 pad and die cutting it with the largest stitched rectangle. This is a reverse stitch scallop circle. It's the largest one, and I'm going to die cut that from that same pattern paper, and you'll see it creates this beautiful window opening. Next up, we'll add a bunch of foam tape to the back of that and then layer that onto a standard size card base of some white cardstock. Next, we're taking this spring sprig die cut, and we're going to die cut that from some cilantro cardstock, add a little adhesive to the back, and then tuck that in that window opening. So now it's going to look like you have this beautiful wreath kind of peeking out from that window. I think it's such a pretty look. It's so fun to layer these. I just had a blast doing this, and I love that we can use a spring die to look like a Christmas wreath, which is really cool. Here is some chili pepper cardstock. We're going to die cut those little holly berries. They come from the Winter Critter Huggers add-on, and we're going to add those into our wreath. But first up, we're going to take our cute little gingerbread people and kind of layer them together onto the card, and then tuck a few of those little holly berries both kind of under that window opening and on top of it. And I think it adds a beautiful pop of color and really gives that fun Christmassy feel. This is a die from the Shadow Box add-on. I really love this wavy border, but you could use any sentiment border die. And I'm going to ink the edges with some antique linen distressed ink so that it kind of matches the inked edges of our gingerbread people. Then here is a sentiment from Simply Winter Sentiments, and I'm going to go ahead and curve that onto my block to match the curve of the die cut. Then we can go ahead and stamp in some black licorice ink and add that sentiment banner with some foam tape to the card. And the card is all done. It's super cute and fun. It's almost all die cutting, and I just love all the inked edges and all the fun kind of Christmassy details. It just makes me smile. So next up, Shari had a really fun idea to create a garland with these die cuts. So this is an outside-in stitch tart stackable. She die cut that from paper bag cardstock, and she also die cut the largest gingerbread cookie out of paper bag cardstock as well. And then she cut out a bunch of the little icings. Now she's going to take those hearts and we're going to layer on some candied apple distress oxide ink. And the reason we're doing this is it makes it look like a frosted cookie because we're adding the ink over top of that paper bag cardstock. So you can see it gives it a really nice soft look, and it really looks like a little frosting, little red cookie, which is so adorable. So after we have those all inked up, we can start to decorate our little gingerbread people. So we're going to use the eyes, and we're going to die cut that from all of these little cookies. And we're going to change up the different eyes so that way there's a bunch of variation within this awesome little garland. Of course, we've also got to take a little bite out of the angry guy as well. So next up, we're going to add some of the icing. So this has been cut from some pixie dust sparkle cardstock. So it's got this beautiful sparkle detail on it, which is so awesome. And then we have some little heart buttons there cut out of some red cardstock as well. We're just going to layer all of these pieces on. And I love the pops of red with the neutrals of the white and the brown. It's so pretty. Next up, we're going to take a colored pencil to add some rosy cheeks. So we're just going to add that nice pink color right on there. Then we went ahead and cut some more gingerbread people from some ground coffee cardstock. We're going to add some glue dots there to the arms and then take some lawn trimmings there and attach it to that piece with those glue dots, just like that. Then we can add some liquid glue all over that piece and then layer the cookie on top of it. And that's going to color in the eyes with that beautiful dark brown color, which I think looks really, really nice. So then we can continue the same idea. So we're going to add a glue dot to the brown heart, and then we can layer our red heart over top of it, sandwiching in that lawn trimmings twine that's helping us create this awesome, cute garland. To help the hearts kind of blend in with this awesome garland, we're also going to take a white gel pen and just add a little bit of a little kind of shine mark detail to it. And I love that that kind of ties in with the white icing on the gingerbread people. And so now we're going to repeat the same idea for this garland. So we've added some glue dots to our ground coffee cardstock there, and then we're going to layer on our decorated gingerbread cookie on top of that, sandwiching the twine in between. So we repeated that a bunch of times, and now we're going to add another little character right on top, and then one more heart, which is super, super cute. And then, of course, we got to add our little white gel pen detail to that, and then one last gingerbread cookie on there. And now the garland is all done. This would make a super cute hostess gift or really cute decor for a mantle, or you could even string it around your tree as well, which I think would look absolutely adorable. I would love to see someone try that. So next up, we're going to be creating a card with felt this time, which is such a cool way to add some texture to these little gingerbread cookies. So first up, we've got some really rainbow cardstock, and we're going to be using the reds and the greens, and we're going to die cut a scalloped rectangle and a dotted rectangle out of these pieces. Then we're going to take out the 6x6 pad version, and we're going to use that darker tree paper for that piece. And then we can go ahead and die cut a sentiment banner out of that. So I love the mix of the different scales of both the 12x12 and the 6x6. So there's that brown felt. So we went ahead and cut those gingerbread cookies there from the brown felt, and I love the detail, and I love how the dies cut through felt so beautifully. Even the tiny details of the faces can cut out of the felt, which is so cool. To help give them a little bit of stability, we've gone ahead and die cut those same cookie shapes there out of some white cardstock. And then we're going to be able to add some liquid glue to that white cardstock and put the felt on it. So you'll have the texture of the felt, but it'll be sturdy enough to add to your card front, which is super cute. I think it could be fun to be making little stitched gingerbread people out of the felt as well. And then we'll go ahead and add some more of that sparkly cardstock there in pixie dust, cut from all the little different icings, and we can decorate our cookies with those. So I love the mix of the felt and the glitter paper. Oh my goodness, it's just so cute. And then for a little added color, we'll add some red little candy buttons there to these cute cookies. Next up, we're going to be stamping a sentiment from Winter Big Scripty Words, which is one of my favorite sentiments because it's so awesome and so bold and gorgeous. And we're going to stamp that on some chili pepper cardstock in some clear embossing ink, add some white heat embossing powder, and then heat that up to have a nice bright white shiny sentiment. My favorite thing about this stamp set is that it's got a coordinating die that cuts it out, so you can have this beautiful detailed sentiment. How gorgeous is that? So then we'll take that guy and then layer it on top of the green border, and I love the traditional white, red, and green that we have going on this card. We'll also take out a card base standard size out of some white cardstock that's 5.5 by 4.25, and then we can start to layer all of our pieces together. So we're going to take that red dotted rectangle and layer that onto the little scalloped edge, which I think is super cute with the whole icing thing. The scallop just kind of coordinates with it. And then add the whole thing with some foam tape to our card front. Then next up, we're going to add some more foam tape there to that sentiment banner, and we can layer that right on top. And then we can add some liquid glue to the back of our bigger cookie and layer that on. And then for our smaller cookie, we'll add some foam squares to that so that there's nice dimension and kind of between the two different cute little characters. To go along with the whole icing cookie theme, we're going to take out some Nuvo drops in white and create some cute little dots to kind of fill in some of those open areas there of the card, and I really think it helps tie in the whole icing idea and looks really, really cute. Now, Shari had a really fun tip here. You know how sometimes when you add these little dots of kind of paint or kind of enamel here with these Nuvo drops, they're kind of pointed. If you take your card and you flick the back, it helps them round out and look nice and smooth. So just flick the back of your card just like that, and look how nice they're looking already. I love that tip. I can't wait to try it. And then here you can see just how cute that card is. Oh my goodness, I love the texture of the felt. It just makes me smile. And next up, we have some gorgeous cards by the design team. So first up, we have a beautiful card by Lynette. I just love her little cookies and how they look like they're holding hands on the card. This card by Megan is gorgeous. I love how she stamped that little house from Sweet Christmas. It's a perfect combo for the gingerbread men. This is the card by Elena that inspired me to make my card today, so thank you so much, Elena, for this beautiful card. And then here, I love this rainbow Christmas bag that Letitia made in that cute pink gingerbread cookie. This card by Elise is so cute. I love how the gingerbread people are layered together and how she used the Scripty sweet die with them. It's a perfect match. This card by Kay is so great. I love the traditional red and green together. It's adorable and how he's holding that candy cane. I love Lizzie's card so much. I love the little angry guy with the bite. It's absolutely adorable. And then here, this card by Melissa is so sweet. I love how she used that reverse scalloped window, but in the rectangle size. And this card by Rebecca is so fun. I love that there's the whole glitter paper background. It's so fun and a completely die-cut card. And then I love how Audrey combined it with the cocoa mugs from Thanks a Latte. Oh my goodness, they're such a cute combo together. So I cannot wait to see what you guys do with Gingerbread Friends, so make sure to share it with us. Thank you so much for watching today and have an absolutely amazing day. Bye!